Hi, I'm Christy. Today I want to talk about embracing change for continued self-care. As we wrap up this series, I want to talk one last time about making this a lifestyle change. Continuing to take care of ourselves so that we can better serve those who rely on us is critically important. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking that I'm overstating it when I say that self-care is critically important, especially for caregivers of individuals with special needs. And I might be, a bit, but then I'm not so sure. At the risk of repeating myself too much, if we have nothing left in our tank, we are unable to pour out to those who rely on us. And yet we often have to continue to pour out because they continue to need from us, regardless of what we have left in our tank. As much as we want to believe that we can continue to take care of our loved one well, regardless of the level in our tank, we soon find out that we're irritable, snap faster, and generally not fun to be around. When this happens, everyone loses. Yet when we take a bit of time to take care of ourselves and refill our tank even a little, we then have something to pour into our loved one when they require something from us. And often we find that even a little in our tank can make all the difference in the world. That's why I keep harping on the importance of self-care, especially for those of us who care for individuals with special needs. So, how do we make this a lifestyle choice that we can maintain for the long haul? While I'm sure that there are a number of ways we can do this, for now, I want to focus on making a conscious choice to make self-care a lifestyle choice. Why focus on lifestyle choices? I think there's a number of good reasons. Okay, simply put, this is my default way of thinking of looking at changes that I want to make permanent in my life. So it makes sense that I would encourage you to do the same. But more than that, I think it's a philosophy that allows for changes with less risk of the extremes that often come when wanting to make changes in our life. It also helps provide balance and moderation instead of a binge or determined press for a determined length of time. And finally, it allows for life to happen and exceptions to be made without the risk of losing all of the changes you've been working so hard to incorporate in your life. I don't think you're surprised by any of these statements. They're pretty much what I've been saying through this whole series, but a little repetition never hurts. Here's what I like most about embracing a lifestyle change. It allows for life to happen. It does this several different ways. First, it acknowledges that change takes time, so you tackle one thing at a time. That's why I keep harping on making one goal at a time, period. Not one in each area I addressed or each area you want to make changes in. No, one area at a time. Make that change. Establish it as a habit. Then move on to the next area that you want to make a change in. It's also a single change at a time, not several in the same area. It's one single change in one single area. And acknowledge that it'll take time to make that change a habit and the new normal in your life. And that's okay. Slow changes over time are the ones that stick. Secondly, having a lifestyle approach means that when special occasions come up or when you just can't get yourself to follow through on a particular day, you accept that. You give yourself grace and you move on. Yes, you do all you can to make sure that it's only a one-day anomaly. It's a slippery slope if you let more than one day or one period of time go in between completing your goal, but that's part of life. For example, if you have a goal of eating a particular way, but have a special event come up, you allow yourself to enjoy the special event, knowing that the food won't follow your plan. But you seek to eat in moderation at the event, and you pick up your new way of eating the next day. Ideally, you eat according to your plan during the day, except for your time at the event. Maybe you even work your food around what you expect at the event so that you're not completely blowing your new food plan. Regardless of what happens at the special event, you give yourself grace, knowing that it was a conscious decision to enjoy life. This is what allows you to continue on this path for the long haul. It's what will allow you to continue to take care of yourself over time so that you always have something to pour into those who rely on you. It's this flexibility that is the main advantage of the lifestyle philosophy and why I'm such a strong proponent of it. The lifestyle philosophy is what allows me to not feel guilty when I'm eating a piece of Halloween candy because I usually eat one piece at a time and usually just one piece a day. This means that I don't feel deprived or left out of enjoying Halloween candy that's in the house, but my diet isn't completely derailed by all of the excess calories and sugar. Or it's going to a party and enjoying the food that's provided there. Yes, I try to choose the healthier options and not overindulge on anything. Sometimes I'm even able to turn down the special party dessert without feeling deprived. Other days, it's just too good to pass up, and I'll eat the piece that's handed to me. But then the next day, I'm back on my new food plan. Again, this is what allows me to enjoy life, to not feel guilty when I do something special and eat accordingly. But those special times are not an excuse to get off my plan or throw my habit out the window. No, they're the anomaly in how I now eat. To put it another way, I have a friend who eats way healthier than I do. Her philosophy is to eat clean 80% of the time. But that means she's less concerned about what she eats the other 20% of the time. This balance is what allows the lifestyle philosophy to be the habit and routine by which you focus your life around. It's disciplined living with freedom to acknowledge and accept when life throws curveballs at you. Here are a few final thoughts to recap and to end this series on. First, pick one area that you want to focus on at a time. Second, set a goal that is simple enough that you know you can achieve it consistently. Yes, you want it to be a challenge, but not so challenging that you're discouraged and give up long before you achieve it. Third, don't be afraid to modify things in the middle of working towards a goal if you find that it's not working out the way you thought it would. Also, start a new goal or Let's try this again. Start a new goal or focus once your current goal is achieved and established as a habit or routine in your life. And finally, remember that the ultimate goal is to be able to better serve and take care of those who rely on you to the best of your ability. That's when everyone wins. So my question for you this week is this. What area are you going to focus on next, or maybe first, to improve your self-care routine? Have you created any new habits to support this? I'd love to hear about it. You can leave me a comment below, or you can leave me a comment over on the blog. That's at www.havenofhopeforme.com. This originally posted in November of 2022. If you prefer, you can always email me at Christy, CHRISTY, at havenofhopeforme.com. I'm figuring out my next area to focus on to continue to improve my self-care routine so that I can continue to say that life is good and there is never a dull moment.